In September last year, I was sent to an X-ray because I could barely lift anything. I'm working in theaters, and in orthopedics, we lift so many heavy instruments and trays. So I could barely lift anything. And the surgeon I was working with just said to me, "Oh, Sister Pindi, what's wrong with you?" I said, "Oh, it's my shoulder. I don't know. It's been knocking me out for quite a while. I don't know what is happening to me. But I just cannot lift things around." And he said, "Okay." After the first case, he just pulled me with the hand and he said, let's go down to the clinic. And then he made the X-ray form for me and the MRI form to go to X-ray first, and then to book myself for MRI scan, which is an intense monitoring of whatever is going on into your whatever body or on the bones especially. So I went there. First, the X-ray showed me that I had an overgrown ACROMION process, which is one of this clavicle, extension of the clavicle. Overgrown ACROMION process, which is an end of a clavicle. It's just overcalcified for some reason, which I don't know what was the reason. Anyway, that pain that I was having was from that, because the joint, the shoulder joint, if you can know the anatomy, the shoulder joint is a very narrow joint which actually gets irritated by anything. So that overgrowing was actually rubbing onto my rotator cuff, which is just the tendon that is actually making you able to lift your arm like this. So just the anatomy.
We just lifted it up just now.
Hallelujah. Anyway, the short part of it is that it had caused a tear. Now, since it's rubbing on that tendon, it always rubs on the tendon. The slightest move I do, it rubs on that tendon, and it always keeps it swollen because there is no space, isn't it? So anyway, I went back again for an MRI scan in November because I couldn't feel okay. And then, well, it was showing some tear, and the tear was increasing because I'm working with heavy instruments, whatever. But anyway, this is it. Now, the size of a tear that I had, this report is saying that I cannot get out without an operation, because the tear is big, number one, and that ACROMION process is constantly there, and it's rubbing on that thing, and it's not going to relieve me. So it's either they have to shave that piece of bone off to give me a better space, even if they don't repair the tendon, but they have to do something to shave it off, give a better space for me to be able to rotate my arm around. I couldn't sleep on my right side because of that process that was there. It was like I'm lying on a piece of wood or just something sharp. So each time I'm lying, even if I have a cushion or a pillow, I would feel that sharp pain. That is something like a sharp end of the bone or whatever, poking me. I couldn't, but for the first time on Sunday, I couldn't believe myself. I woke up lying on the right hand side. I said, "Is this me?" And then I turned to the other side, and I like lying on my tummy too, but I woke up lying with my two hands under the pillow. You know when you have that position, something that I couldn't do, because each and every movement, I could hardly undo my bra at the back.
Wow.
These are the exercises. I've been to physio, I've been to everything. Actually, if you talk of physiotherapy, I know everything about it. So this is just for me to appreciate God for what He has done for me. And I thank God.
Hallelujah!